Mark. I am the host of Skip Happens, obviously. And of course, my best friend right up there, Miss Deb Lamphere, the president and founder of the official country music fan club. She spends as much time in Nashville as I do here in the Cuse in upstate New York. So, or so it seems. But it's like I call her and I go, Deb, where are you? Oh, I'm in Nashville.
I'm in Nashville again.
Hey,
I'm due for a visit, actually.
I know you are, so I'm just waiting for you not to show up some night, and I'll call and you'll say you're in Nashville. But anyways, let's move on here because we got another great artist here tonight, and we always spotlight the independent artist here on Skip Happens. Now, I made some notes because I took this off the bio on his website, and I want to read it to you. This is what it says. All right, part country crooner. Part gravel voice troubadour. Johnson's southern drawl hangs in the air like dripping molasses. I love that. Like Kris Kristofferson, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings before him. He knows how to tell a story and keep the listener hanging on every word, inspired by artists from Cash. Get this, Cash to Luke Combs. He understands the power of music and its ability to create a distinct and memorable feeling for the listener. And music isn't just what he does, it is who he is. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. I'm gonna bring the music down so you can hear me better. It's Jacob Johnson, everybody. Yeah.
Welcome.
Wow.
Thank you.
I was reading that off your bio off the website and I go, did you write that? That is cool. Well, I don't think you wrote it because
I probably could, but if I was gonna write it, I would. They're too nice.
Yeah. What would you have said if you wrote that?
I would be like, my name is Jacob Johnson. I'm an okay singer. The girl that wrote it, she got on a phone call with me in about 10 minutes. She's like, okay, I think that's all I need. And about 30 minutes later, she sent that. I'm like, wow, that's really good.
That's why she's the professional.
I'd be going like, who is she writing about? That's not me. Who's this? That's the way.
It seems like it maybe a little exaggerated in some spots, but I mean, it's all the truth. She went all the stuff that I told her, and then listened to some of my music. So that was kind of, like somebody else's point of view on me, obviously.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm glad it's like that. And you first of all, Jacob, tell us a little bit. Where are you, and describe your surroundings?
I'm in Jasper, Tennessee, at my house. I'm in my bedroom. I've got about a 2,300 square foot house that me and my fiance live in, and she has 3 kids that also live here with us.
Cool.
And I've got about 6 square foot of the 2,300 square foot.
I'm in
the bedroom, and I blacked out the rest of it so y'all can't see.
I do like the black background. It makes you stand out more. And we can focus on you, and anybody watching this, our viewers, we can focus on you, which is really cool.
I've got 2 like $10 light rings from Walmart sitting right here.
And they work great.
They're doing the job. Yeah.
Exactly. Meanwhile, I've got lights here that cost about $200 a piece, and then you look even better, which just kind of makes you wonder a little bit.
You look like you do a country music podcast, and this setup looks like I play video games. so yours are more fitting for what you're doing.
Let's talk about you, Jacob. How long have you been doing what you're doing? How long have you been playing music?
Well, I've been playing music for about 12 years. I'm 23. Been playing music for about 12 years now. I had a buddy that moved in a couple doors down. His name is William Bagby. He'd been playing guitar for about 2 years whenever we met, and he was just killing it. And I was like, man, I want to learn how to do that. There wasn't really, I didn't, ever even think about singing or anything. I just thought it was cool to play guitar. So he started giving me little lessons and stuff. And it kind of just went from there. I got my first guitar whenever I think I was 11. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. About 12 years.
Yeah, that's about right.
I went off the 4-H camp. I had a 4-wheeler, but our backyard was pretty small, and that's really the only place we had to ride it. So whenever I left for 4-H camp, my parents sold my 4-wheeler and bought me a Sigma Martin guitar.
Oh, sweet.
That old man had that he said it hadn't been out of the case in 15 years, and it was in perfect condition.
Wow.
So I literally used to go to sleep playing guitar, and I would they've got pictures of me laying on the couch with one arm hanging out and the guitar playing on top of me.
Yeah,
so I
hang on to those.
I started playing and was getting okay with chords and stuff, and then Wagon Wheel. My great grandpa passed away, and I went up to Louisville for his funeral, and my great uncle was there, and he's played rhythm guitar in a band for, I don't know, I mean, way longer than I've been alive, I'm sure. And one of the songs that he was playing there was Wagon Wheel, because I used to like to sit around and play music and stuff. And he showed me how to play it, and I started playing it and got real good at it. And then I just kind of started singing it in my head while I was playing it. So then I started singing it out loud, and it sounded like this little squirrely little girl voice was trying to sing like that. I also had hair down to about here, long, straight blonde hair. My grandpa, every time he would take me somewhere, they'd be like, "You sure you got a pretty little granddaughter?"
Oh my gosh.
But, so I started. That's kind of how it all started off, and then the first time I ever played in front of anybody really is my mom's friend took me down to Nashville and let me play on the sidewalk on Printer's Alley.
Oh yeah.
And if you know anything about Printer's Alley,
yeah,
a 12-year-old kid should not be playing.
No, absolutely not. But a lot of famous people have come off of Printer's Alley.
It's crazy. It's crazy how many drunk people. They're a whole lot nicer to a little kid. They'll come up and they'll request a song, and if I don't know it, then they'll do like a real easy song or just tell me to play one I know, and then tip me $20 anyway. I think the most I made was like $120 in like 3 hours playing on the sidewalk or something.
That's pretty good,
a lot of money. Yeah, for a
Well,
little kid.
pretty good. Right after me, I took my sister down to the Laser Quest place and paid for us to do some laser tag. So then I joined this is a long story. I haven't.
It's all right.
So it's kind of fresh. So then in high school, I joined a performing arts troupe, the 4-H Kentucky State Performing Arts Troupe. I think there was like 15 of us kids that they took from high schools all around Kentucky and put together, and just created like a little singing group. And we would go around to like elementary schools across the state and sing, and we would do fairs, and we did the Kentucky. We actually did the state fair at where the 4-H had their stage set up. So that was cool. So I kind of got the idea for performing then, because before that I never really played in front of anybody. Then I started going to open mic nights at bars and stuff, which they're open to, if you're just going in there to play music, you can get in it. So those were in Clarksville, Tennessee, where I grew up in Guthrie. I literally lived like a mile from the Tennessee border.
Oh, wow.
So I was about 45 minutes from downtown Nashville, living in Kentucky. So I started doing that, and then I went and played a few of those, and then they started booking me to do shows there, and that was real cool. And then it kind of there was a period, a rough point in my life as far as like relationships and family and stuff whenever I got to 18, just like it's the lucky number for that stuff. My camera unfocused here, didn't it?
No, it's not too bad, man.
I don't know how to fix it. Maybe I'll fix it.
It's all good.
So
yeah,
then,
we're fine.
There was a rough patch there for a little bit that I didn't do very many shows, and then got out of that whenever I met my fiance and started playing a whole bunch of shows. In about I guess it was the middle of July last year, I quit my full-time job and started doing music full-time. So I've been doing a whole lot more shows and stuff now, and writing and going to Nashville and meeting people, and it's been great. It's a struggle, but it's almost not a struggle. Just because I'm loving what I'm doing.
If you love what you do, it's not a struggle. And if you worry about money, I know it's very important, but if you're doing what you love to do, it makes it a whole lot easier. I see it fine. I see you fine.
There you go.
You're trying to get it to focus. It's like, okay.
I'm listening to you, I promise.
No, dude, it's fine. It's fine. But it seems like you've always had that entertainment in your blood, that wanting to go out and do something. If you joined the 4-H club in high school, you did all. It was like in Kentucky, it was something that you always wanted to do.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, it is in my blood. My grandpa, he's turned 91 this year.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
He's been in the entertainment industry. He was in the Air Force, and then after the Air Force, he went to the Boy Scouts of America. And I can't remember exactly what his rank in that was, but he was pretty high up and traveled a lot for it. And then he started doing this. They called him the Mr. Echo. His name is Frank Rains, and he could speak as fast as you can. Say the same things you're saying in any language. Doesn't matter if he knows it is not or not.
No,
at
that's
the same
hard.
exact time that you're doing it. So he was like on the Johnny Carson show, and he did.
That's
I've Got
crazy.
a Secret. He did several things like that, and he would always, while he was traveling for the Boy Scouts, he would always stop in as much as he could, and like if he was flying out to California, he would book a show to be able to go do that on his night off or whatever. So
Oh wow!
he's always done as much as he could, and then my uncle, I think he did some theater stuff whenever he was in college at Belmont. I'm pretty sure. Like all that stuff I heard whenever I was younger, so it's kind of fuzzy. My mom got a scholarship for her voice for choir, and she didn't really. She sang in church and stuff after that, but she didn't.
Yeah, but this is all in your blood. This is like that's
Right.
why you're doing what you're doing, because this is what you're meant to do. I mean, if you look at your background and your grandpa and his history and the talent that he have, there's talent in your family. And now, bring us up to date a little bit. I know we have a mutual friend, Aaron Goodvin. We had Aaron on the Skip Happens podcast. I don't know, it was quite a few months ago now, but he was just a great interview. We had a lot of fun. And I know his wife is doing it as well. They kind of work together at it. Now, you've got a connection there because, correct me if I'm wrong, but they produced your single that you have out, correct?
Aaron and Matt McClure produced it. Matt does a lot of work for Aaron.
Matt is awesome too. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
It's crazy. It's just like insane how good that song is done. It's like better than I expected for sure. But he did a really good job, and him and Aaron worked together, so he was able to get me in. And, we got it done. And, yeah.
Well, Matt is. Go ahead, Deb.
I would say, just look how far you've come, and you're only 23.
I think that's crazy too, and
that is crazy.
Not only with music. I mean, I've supported myself 100% since I was about 17.
Wow.
And that's what's crazy to me, and I owe all that to the friends, family, and stuff that I had in high school, because I spent most of my my parents did a good job bringing me up too. Like taught me right from wrong, and I always had a good head on my shoulders. But they always, my friends' families, most of them were farmers, had big farms and stuff. So they kind of taught me about hard work and stuff like that. Whenever I got to my senior year, I did co-op and would help them on the farms, and then worked at a grain elevator for a little bit. Stuff like that. So it's always been my biggest mindset to just do the absolute best that I can with whatever I'm doing, and know that I am young, but I'm still very limited on time. If you want to take all, if you want to, everybody only has a certain amount of time, and you can't waste it. And I've always had that mindset. I worked. That was whenever I moved down here to Chattanooga, I worked 2 years at that full-time job, and the whole time it was like I got up and I went, and it was paying the bills and stuff. But it was I always knew that's I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna work.
Yeah, your passion definitely was not there.
Right, exactly. And it almost makes me feel bad that not. I feel like there's something out there for everyone to do that they would love, but not everybody has such an obvious gift, you know. And I meet people that have worked in a factory for 50 years or whatever, 35, 40 years, and getting close to retiring, and that's all they've done. They've worked
Right.
5 days in a factory every week for their whole entire lives, and they've accomplished a whole lot doing that, raised families and stuff like that, and that could be their purpose to raise that family.
Yeah, maybe that's what they wanted to do and raise the family, but
Right.
you've got a talent and you're using it. So
I just all the people at work, and I just see them going hating their days too, and it's just hassle on everybody. But I knew what I was going to do. I knew I wasn't going to be there that long, but what are they going to do? So it's
it takes a lot of courage.
Right.
It takes a lot of courage to just pick up and say, okay, that's it. I'm done with this job, which is my security, which is my benefits, which is a possible retirement, to give this all up, to go full force into something that is not reliable in the beginning and not secure. But it's your passion. And, like Skip was saying earlier, when you love what you're doing, even if you're struggling, you do not feel like you're struggling.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
it's really weird how that is, because this is probably, as far as financially and stuff, since I've started doing it, it's with COVID coming in and stuff, or coming back and forth, and the winters and people not having any shows, and me being sick. I was sick for 2 weeks before Christmas and after Christmas, and couldn't do any shows, and that was supposed to be a big time for me.
Was it the COVID, Jacob?
I've had COVID, but it wasn't COVID. It was just a respiratory thing.
Yeah.
I had all the mucus and stuff like that.
Yeah, all the gross stuff.
Yeah, the nasty stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I
was just going to ask, what's your creative process like? Do you say, before we turn on the lights and the lights, the cameras, and the microphones, you said that you like to work in a dark room. Is that easier for you, or does it just make you feel like, okay, it's just me, I can think?
Kind of like if the lights were on in here and I could see it in my own camera, there's stuff that would be throwing me off, I guess. But no, it kind of just depends on whatever mood I'm in. I would prefer more something like this. I think it's just a more, I don't know, it just brings the vibe, I guess. With saying
how often do you get with Aaron, and do you guys Zoom a lot? Do you do a FaceTime? Or have you been able to get together?
Well, we've actually, me and Aaron have only wrote a few times.
Okay.
We wrote Small Town Spotlights together, and that was over Zoom. And then I went to his house one night and we wrote there. And then had a write with Timothy Baker a few months ago.
Oh yes.
So
he's a good dude.
What was that?
He's a good dude. He was on the show a couple of months back, and I happened to catch his show in Nashville like the following week or something. He's so good, yeah.
He's so freaking good. I had him or invited him, and he accepted the invite to come to a show with me and another guy from Guthrie, where I'm from, up there.
Very cool.
It had a really good turnout. We had a good time and stuff. He's so cool. That's a different story on how me and him met and stuff. But yeah,
I was going to ask that.
Oh, really?
But I'll let you finish your other story. Go ahead.
Me and Aaron. So we talk. We're pretty much family. As soon as me and Shannon get married, we will be family. I guess legally. But I just talked to him earlier on the phone for a little while about the charts and stuff, because I've been getting emails with how the song's doing and haven't really understood any of it. There's been a lot of questions for it, But yeah, we talk, but he's super busy right now doing the Tin Roof tour, and he's just got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So we usually talk more than we have been lately. But as far as riding, we haven't rode a whole lot. I think they've just tried to help me get other riders and stuff too. Not that he doesn't want to ride with me, but he hasn't had a whole lot of time to ride anyway.
Mm-hmm. So, what is because you're like say you're only 23. You've been playing the guitar for or being an artist for about 11 years now. What is the best advice you've ever been given?
Oh man,
I know it's a tough one.
Let me think. Best advice I've ever been given. I've gotten a lot of really good advice. There's a lot of great people out there. That a lot of people come up to me after shows and stuff, and older folks. I had one guy. I don't know how old he was, but you could tell he was retired, and he wasn't getting around too good, and had a cane and stuff, and came up to me and talked about a band that he was in for 30-something years, and they toured all around. And he kind of gave me some. So I wouldn't say it's the best advice, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I know it's hard.
It's a really hard question. I guess the best advice that I've been given, and it hasn't really been by one person, but definitely everyone that's told me has been full of wisdom. I don't really know how to word it, but being uncomfortable is how you're supposed. Is how you're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, always, don't ever put yourself in a comfort zone and stay in there. So force yourself out of your comfort zone. If you're ever comfortable, you're not moving forward. Is and that's a good way to think about it. And the more that I do that, the more comfortable I get with being uncomfortable. It's like I know that everything's going to be okay. I don't make stupid decisions. I don't make
I can't say that.
I mean, I do make stupid decisions, but as far as everybody makes stupid decisions. But as far as like they're well thought out decisions before I do it. But even if it's making me nervous, and for some reason feeling like maybe there's a reason I shouldn't do it, if everything lines up, like then I just force myself to do it. Kind of like with quitting my job, it was like something happened financially that just put me in a situation where, if I didn't have any shows for a few months, I would be okay. And that just felt like a sign to me, even though it still made me like really nervous to even do it. It was like, why else would this have happened?
Like you wouldn't have done it any other way. When you think back, you're like, oh, I'm glad I did that.
Right.
Even though I was uncomfortable and I stepped out of my comfort zone. You know what? I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah. It would have been wrong for me not to give it a chance at that point.
Yeah. Jacob, do you feel that you get a lot of support from other artists as well, that I guess maybe y'all support each other, like especially the independent artists like yourself? And I know we talk to a lot of them here on the Skip Happens podcast, but do you feel you get a lot of support from other artists?
I do. I really do. Last night, I mean, just for an example, last night I did at Old Red, Blake Shelton's bar in Gatlinburg. I went there I'd sent in a video for their open call auditions to get a slot there, and they emailed me back and was like, we'd love to have you come audition. So it's more of a competition. 3 guys, 3 weeks, 3 guys each night, 3 artists each night, compete against each other. The winner of that night, the winner of all 3 nights goes to the finale, which is next week, competes, and whoever wins that gets a slot. But last night there was 4 artists, because one of the artists from last week had gotten sick. So anyway, he played with us last night, and I ended up winning the night.
Yay, cool.
But it was like all the guys there were just super nice. Like even though I beat them out, it was like I didn't really expect it. I just wanted to go play and get seen there. Maybe they would give me a call back anyway, But they were super supportive. They were all getting pictures with me. It was like, man, you sound great.
God, I love that.
Yeah, and for the most part, that's how every artist is. And I love, like, even Timothy. I think Timothy is probably the best artist I've ever seen in person. Like,
That's
doing a
cool.
live show, as far as like the way he sounds and plays guitar, everything, just great. And even with a full band, like, it's all like there's nothing wrong. To me, there's nothing. He probably picks himself apart, but to me, it's just crazy. But guys like that, I mean, he's such a nice guy and supports me, and he writes with me, and he came into that show with me. And,
Exactly.
but you do run into some artists that are kind of all about themselves, and they'll support you if they think there's something in it for them.
Right.
And they realize there's not. They kind of
Jacob,
like.
do you pick yourself apart?
Not as bad as I used to.
Okay.
But I do occasionally, but it's almost like used to. I would kind of get down about stuff, and now it's almost like whenever I pick myself apart, it's just like constructive criticism. Like, I'll just fix this next time, sing this.
Excellent.
So it's not like I'm down on myself, but there's definitely sometimes I'm like, why did I say her instead of him in that song? Like,
oh, that happens to us every day. Yeah, I'm on the air every afternoon. It's like, why did I say that? It should have been this way and not that way. But you know what? You can't go back and change it. You can only remember to do it right the next time. So,
yeah.
Debbie, you were going to say something? I'm sorry.
I don't remember now.
Oh, my
that
gosh.
short-term memory thing, or memory loss, or whatever comes in. So
I love it. What do you do for What do you do for fun, Jacob? What do you do when you're not writing or singing or playing? Do you get out? Do you run? Do you what do you do?
I definitely don't run.
Me neither.
Probably should. I definitely should.
Yeah, me too, but it doesn't happen.
I like to do a little bit of everything. I like being around people. I just got a pool table that I put a lot of work into. So now every time I've had free time, I've been out there shooting pool. But I like to go hang out with people. I love like going and hanging out with Aaron and V. If we don't have anything to do one weekend, we'll just go hang out with them.
I love it.
Play cards or something. I love to hunt and fish and go ride 4-wheelers and stuff like that. I do have a 4-wheeler, but I haven't found anybody down here that'll let me hunt on their land or really anywhere to catch fish at.
So you said you're in Jasper, right?
In Jasper.
So what's that? Right. How far is that from Nashville itself?
It's my house is about an hour and 45 minutes from downtown.
Yeah, it's a haul.
But I'm about 25 minutes from downtown Chattanooga.
Oh, okay.
So just north of Chattanooga. So I play at Puckett's and stuff there a lot. And then North Georgia and North Alabama, I've got shows throughout there too. And also from here to Nashville, I have shows pretty much. And then occasionally people in Kentucky will reach out and like, hey, we're doing this festival. You want to come play? And stuff like that.
Jacob, you've got a song on the radio, dude.
I know.
You've got a song on, see the smile? You've got a song on the radio. Small Town Spotlights. Tell us about the song. I want to hear about this because this is your first effort and already it's turning heads of program directors.
It's crazy.
And I know because I talk to these people all the time.
This is the email I got. I've got 10 ads. This is for the Music Row chart and tracking. Got 10 ads for this week. It was number 4 among the top most added songs on the Music Row chart. I moved from 125 to 77 spot. That was this week. It was plus 93 spins, which is 127% increase with 10 ads, 14 stations on, and a total of 142 plays for the week.
And that's always up on your computer. I know it. And you're looking at it every 2 minutes going, I can't freaking believe this.
No, those are just emails that I get. But yeah, I cannot wait for those emails to come in. I've gotten 4 of them now. The first one was at 201. Second one, it was at 158. Third, it was at 125. And now it's at 70.
That's awesome.
I think that's so cool. It's crazy because I honestly never expected this song to do it.
Why? Why would you not expect your song to do it? Why?
I love the song, and
it's great.
It's a song that's super close to me, and Matt and Aaron made it sound so good. I mean, we had like we went over to Aaron and V's and had like a little release party thing. Um, we probably listened to it 100 times that night, and nobody even realized. It was just like it was just setting the mood for on shuffle for the whole entire. So it's really cool, but I don't know how many people have listened to the story in it. But I feel like people could probably relate to it in their own way, but I feel like it's specifically kind of for me and my fiance.
Tell us about the story within the song. So I know what it is, but I want you to tell everybody.
Okay. So, well, how it started, it's another kind of long story. Is that okay?
Dude, we got all night. I got my coffee. We're good to go. And Deb's got her wine over there. She's good to go. We're good.
Okay. So, I'm from Western Kentucky, where the land's mostly flat and a lot of fields, a lot of crops throughout the year. And she's from down here with the mountains. So she loves it down here, and I love it up there. We were driving through up there in separate vehicles one day, and I looked over, and the wheat fields were just flowing. And I, texted her, and I was like, "Hey, what about these fields?" She's like, "I know, you miss it, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." So then, whenever we were headed home, we were driving down Mount Eagle in Tennessee, and then you can just see the whole mountain range and the valley and stuff. And she texted, she was like, "What about these mountains, though?" And I was like, "I know." And she was like, I think she texted me back, and she was like, she's like, "I love the mountains, but home is wherever you're at." Wow. So that was all, and I agree with it. Like, I don't care where I'm at, because I wouldn't feel as happy as I wouldn't be as happy as I am now up there without her. Might be a little happier if I was up there with her. But, no, I'm good wherever I'm at, for real. But that was kind of the idea. So me and Aaron, we were gonna write for the first time, and sat down, and I was like, "Man, I got this idea," and kind of told him about that, like being from two different places, but it doesn't matter, because home's wherever you're at. So we kind of started writing that, and then like all the ideas that I was having was just kind of steering away from necessarily where we grew up at, but where we might have to go. You know what I mean? Like with my music and stuff. So my career, wherever the career takes us, if it works out how I would love for it to, and I'm touring and stuff, there's going to be very limited time wherever one of us loves. So together is really home. So that's the kind of direction that the song took. And I've told her, like, from the very beginning, I know that it's not going to be easy on you. It'll be a little easier on me, but it's still going to be super hard on me. And like, I understand if you don't want to stick around. Like, I love you too much to I love you too much to put you through this without warning. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the direction that the song went in, was like me and her versus my career. And everything that's in there is pretty much true. The last chorus is a changing chorus, and I wanted to put that in there because that's my goal. And half of it's already true now. So,
love it, dude.
But yeah, that's where the song came from, and it was we had it wrote or my idea was for something a little different, but as soon as we sat down, that's
now. You said you've heard it, hanging out with your friends and Aaron and everybody. You've heard the song there, but if you actually heard it on the radio,
have I?
Yes.
I have, pulling up the station on my computer. I haven't been in the truck and heard it come on yet.
Okay, but you were able to, a certain. Right. We play it here in the Northeast. On my station, we're playing it, but still, okay.
That's so cool to me. The first time that I heard it was a radio station in northern Michigan. And I think they're a pretty big station, but it was so crazy. Cool. She had me type up like a little about me thing that was about 30 seconds long, I guess, and she read it on there, and played it, and it was just awesome. And then the next time, the next time was a station in Paintsville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And he actually called me, and we talked on the phone for the programmer there. Actually called me, and we talked on the phone for a little bit, and he had me record like the backstory behind the song.
Sure. Yep.
And then a little intro for like, this is Jacob Johnson on 98.
And here's my
So that was really cool, and then getting to hear that on the radio.
I can see the excitement. I can see your expressions, and this is your first attempt at getting a song on the radio, and already it's off and flying. It's doing really well. You've got a great team too. So.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. And that kind of caught me by surprise too, because we have grassroots promotion, and I haven't done anything with them, but I know like that's who supports Aaron and stuff. And so whenever I found out they were gonna get on the song, I was like, that's awesome. But then I started getting all these emails and updates and like seeing what the song's doing. I'm like, this is crazy. Like if you get it out to people, and most of them are loving it, it seems like.
Yeah.
So, but I've got songs that I think would do a lot better on the radio.
Well, this is a start. This is a start.
But this song, that song, it means so much to me, and it's so close to home. I didn't care what it did. So I never went out this being like, I hope this song goes number one. It'd be awesome if it did, but that wasn't my point of putting this one out first.
Does it really have to go to number one? That's and I'll ask any artist this. I don't know if a song really has to go to number one. It's great if it does.
Yeah.
But still, if you could hit the top 15, the top 10, even 20, there's a lot of people that know you by that point, and they know your music. So even if they decide to come off it, you're going to have something else to put on after that. So now we've got another song by Jacob Johnson, and it's the follow-up to, so, and you grow, and you continue to grow. At least that's the way I see it. So.
That's the way it is. I mean, that's the way I see it for sure. And that's what I'm saying is I don't even like a number one song would be great, but like you said, it's getting played more than I thought it was going to in the first few weeks. Really, it just got the actual music. The release date the Music Row had on their website was for January 18th. I think, but the impact date was actually. It was this week, the 17th. So, and it's great. And I was telling her whenever it was at 201, I was super excited about that. I thought that was pretty cool. It was that it was even on
the charts at that point.
Yeah, it was even on the chart. And then, it jumped up to 158, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. It jumped up that quick, just in a week, that far. And then the next week it was at 125, and I told her, I was like, could you like just for me to be able to like, even if it's not a huge deal to anybody, but just for me to be able to say I had a top 100, my first song was top 100 on the Music Row chart, that would be crazy. I mean, now it's top 77.
And growing.
And growing.
Back in the day, we used to say, it'd be number 77 with a bullet. So that was like back in the day. If you let's say if you weren't doing music, what do you think you would be doing?
There's no telling. I would probably be working every job that I possibly could to find something I could live with doing.
What kind of talent do you have besides music? What do you think you can do well?
I've always wanted to act. I thought that would be really cool to be an actor.
Yeah.
But I think I found that I'm not really good in front of cameras. So.
Well, you better learn because
I was going to say,
you got videos here.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll get better, but it's not like that's the only thing anybody's worried about is, it's more the songs and how I sound more than how I look whenever I'm singing them, I guess. Yeah, but that's one thing that I feel like I'm good with doing like I can always like change my voice in like different accents and stuff.
Is that what you do? Like when you're in the shower, you kind of screw around with your voice and
I literally I never talk in my regular voice whenever I'm or around my close friends and family. and it always changes. It's never the same. Like,
what do you mean you never talk in your regular voice?
I don't want to get into
it. Give us a sample.
Yeah, I'll just do like stupid stuff.
I do that too. I mean, that's my way of having fun. And that's
what I'm saying. Like it's just that's because even whenever I'm being serious, if you do that, and if it's something that, like, if one of the kids do something and I'm like trying to be stern, it's like, and I'll say it kind of in a funny way. I'll be like, "Now listen here, dang it, I'm gonna tell you something." So like this like, I don't talk.
Yeah. No, I got you. That's
and then cool. They get it, but it's not like they're like mad that I said.
You know what that is? That's acting. Yeah. What you're doing is more or less acting. I do it a lot. Ask Deb when we go to the country radio seminar and things like that, and I just like having fun. I think that's part of me. She knows when I'm serious, but most of the time, it's just me having fun.
Yeah. Him and his good old humor.
Like whenever I'm around Aaron and stuff too, it's like I automatically just switch to Canadian accent just to kind of mess with him a little bit.
Do you play any covers at all? Or you stick with your own stuff? Or if you do a cover, what's your favorite one to do?
I do a lot of covers. I definitely mostly do covers right now. I play 3 and 4 hour gigs. And I've probably got, if I throw in all my originals that I would actually play in front of people, it's probably about 2 hours of that. But my favorite originals, ones that I'm like super pumped about, I've probably got like an hour to hour and a half. But as far as covers, there's a lot of songs that I love to play. One of them is Kevin Denny, That's Just Jesse. And cool. Actually, one of the first times I heard it played was Timothy played it one night at a show I saw him, and it just sounded so good. And then I went back and listened to the song, and it's just one of those songs I can really get into. I like playing the song In Color a lot, Jamie Johnson.
Oh yeah.
That's a great one to do. I really like doing Cover Me Up too, Jason Isbell.
Good stuff.
I don't know.
Have you always been?
Another great one that I always go to. I'm Over You, Keith Whitley.
Oh my God, good stuff. And I know you had, when I was reading your bio, it mentions Cash. So,
I
feel
like that's just as far as I could stretch.
But then it also talks about Luke Combs.
But yeah, and it's really just kind of everybody in between. I really like doing way more blues too.
I like it.
That's a cool, fun one to play. Yeah. Cool. Johnny Cash is, I want to say idol, but
that's okay. You can say it because I think he's everybody's idol. Anybody that does what you do and what I do, we hear a Cash song. Dude, it's the best.
And it's crazy because he wrote a lot of songs about this area. I live, if I go 2 miles that direction, I get out to the Nickajack Dam.
Okay. And I have no idea where that is.
Well, Nickajack Cave it's a cave. And I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what song it is, but I'm pretty sure Johnny Cash mentions it in at least one of them. But there's a story about where he found God, where Johnny Cash found God. Wow. He was drunk one night and, high on whatever, and he was going somewhere to die. Like he was just done. So before the water had got all the way up, I guess, because now half of it's full of water, but I guess before water rose or whatever, he crawled back into that cave, and he's got a story he wrote about it somewhere, but he crawled back into that cave as far as he could go till he couldn't go anymore, and lay down there to die. And he heard God talk to him, and
wow.
That's where he found God, and then he came back out, a changed man or whatever.
Yeah.
But every time we go kayaking, we kayak right up to the cave. Now it's like a sanctuary for bats. Like it's a
wow, really?
So we go out there like at sunset and stuff, and you see like thousands of bats flying.
Oh no, dude! Not me. Nope. Nope.
I can handle a lot of things. I can't handle bats.
Nope. Have you, of course, the song being on the radio, first of all, before I take this another step forward, but if somebody wants to get a hold of the song, can they go to your website and purchase it off your website, download it? How does all that work for you?
We do have it's been kind of hard to get links for some reason to put on the website, but there is a link on there that if you, it's for the iTunes link. So like Apple, stuff like that, but you can click on it and it'll take you to iTunes. But you can go to anywhere, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, wherever you listen to music at, you can go on there and just search Jacob Johnson Small Town Spotlights. It's also on YouTube, but the distribution company that we used, there's another Jacob Johnson out there.
Yeah, we found out.
Yeah.
I'm going, wait a minute, this ain't the same guy.
Right. So on the YouTube channel, they uploaded it to that Jacob Johnson topic channel. No. So it's in the mix with all of his songs. And then also on Amazon, they still haven't got it figured out. They put my song under him as an artist. So
I noticed you are Jacob Johnson Music. I think he's Jacob Johnson Tunes.
Yes. Yeah.
And Deb and I, we had this discussion earlier today. We wanted to make sure. I said, no, it's this one. It's Spotlights,
I need to contact him and be like, dude, we got to get some stuff straightened out.
Do you know anything about him? I'm sorry, Deb.
Oh, no. I obviously used to Google my name all the time to see if anything was popping up yet. And it's always been him every time. But recently now I think it's like me or him. Like it's kind of depends on what you're looking it up on.
Well, as this song climbs the chart and more people become aware of who you are, you are the Jacob Johnson. You will start, once the bots go through and the spiders through the, Google and all that stuff, it's going to switch around. You just wish it was happening now. Right. Deb, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, it's a business question. So the distribution company, how will they correct that problem? Because that can't stay there, right?
Right. I've been getting even Savannah. She's been helping Aaron V with managing the management company they put together and stuff. And I've been on the email thread between like Amazon, back and forth with them. And the DistroKid company, their distribution company. I don't know. I just know they're working on it, but I don't know I don't really know what else to do except for contact them. And we're doing that. So I don't know. It kind of sucks, but
yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't even get to see how it's doing on Amazon Music. And for a while, that was what I was pushing more. Was people going and buying it on Amazon. So I can't even see how it's done at all on there because it's under him as an artist. So I'm sure he gets to see all of it. I just want to make sure that since it's distributed through our account, I mean, surely all the, the profits and stuff off of that will go.
Yeah, it's got to go to you. I mean, I would definitely be on top of that. I mean, that's a business thing. Dude, I'd be like, okay, no. It's great.
Yeah, it sucks. But I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know what to tell you, what advice to give you, because I wouldn't even know where to start with that. But I can tell you, I'd be very frustrated. So just annoying. You are the Jacob Johnson. You are the one with the song on the radio, not the other Jacob Johnson. And who knows? He could be watching this right now and going, "Yeah, they're talking about me. That's awesome." But how that goes. Hey, do you get into Nashville at all to perform?
I do. I play at Nashville Crossroads a few times a month. Well, usually a few times a month. I don't have any dates this month. I wanted to stay off of Broadway. That was kind of one of the things starting off for me. I was like, I want to make any music without ever having to play on Broadway. Like that would be awesome for me. But they kind of talked me into, giving it a shot. So I'll go like a Saturday or Sunday and do like the opening gigs. And it's just me, and it's an acoustic set. And I've actually grown to really like that place. Crossroads. It's ran by Cindy Sands. Is who I deal with there.
Oh, okay.
She's really nice. Like if you're on her good side, but she's definitely got like if you're on her bad side.
Be careful, Jacob. Be careful. But no,
Yeah,
you're doing a good job at it, I'm sure.
yeah, she's really nice. And she's kind of helped me, adjust to that scene a little bit. But yeah, that's really. And then I had a monthly gig at Opryland Hotel
Oh, very nice.
that I
Yeah.
was doing.
Yeah.
It was the story behind the song. It was a series that they were doing there. But that's over. But they kind of keep me in the loop on stuff that's going on, new stuff that pops up. And then like I played at Winners for Songwriter Round and played at Live Oak last week, a couple weeks ago. But snow came in and they ended up having to reschedule it. So.
Yeah, how did all that work out for you? You guys, for a while there, you were getting more snow than we were getting here in the Northeast. Now, maybe it's different now, but for a while there.
Anything south of Mont Eagle, which we're in the valley, Sequatchie Valley, is where we're at. We haven't gotten any. Like we can literally look up on the mountain. Like these small mountains have snow caps on them.
Okay.
Whenever it snows, but we don't have anything down here.
Wow.
I've seen snow down here one time since I moved here almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, but Nashville got snow just recently, if I'm not mistaken. They had actually a few inches of snow. I'm sure the whole city shut down.
They've gotten snow.
Yeah.
I guess 3 or 4 times this year already.
Yeah. Are you before we say goodbye, do you binge watch any programs like Yellowstone, or I know Ozark is coming back and any of those?
Me and Shannon, my fiance, we just started watching Yellowstone like this week.
Dude.
Halfway done with season 2.
Oh no, I've got one more episode in season 9, and we may watch that a little bit later tonight. You can't. It's crazy. It's one of the best series I've ever seen. With Kevin Costner, and I always ask, what do you binge watch? But my wife and I, Nancy and I, we're all over that.
We kind of usually stick to stuff that's already done, so we like stuff that's on Netflix series and stuff.
Yeah,
Arrow. Have y'all ever watched Arrow?
I've heard of it. I have not watched it.
We were on that for a while, and that was really good. Then it just kind of started getting just a little too much. It was like, this is kind of stupid now. But it kind of jumps back and forth. But Yellowstone's something we're definitely going to stick with.
Oh yeah, stick with it. I mean, that's got everything from romance to there's a lot of bad stuff going on, and there's a lot. I mean, it's every angle you can possibly think of, and for every episode, when somebody else comes in, something else is going to happen. It's like, oh my God, now what's going on?
Oh yeah, my heart stays pounding every time we.
Oh yeah, it does, and I can still hear the music. I hear the music all the time. It's like, wow, I can hear.
They've got some good music on there. I do love that show. Just like Whiskey Myers, they've got Jason.
Yes.
A lot of great artists on there that's never really gotten the attention. Tyler Childers.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I the other night while watching it, I was on my laptop and I looked up the soundtrack for Yellowstone because it's all those artists that we don't hear a lot about. Blackberry Smoke is on there.
Yeah, they've got some good stuff.
Oh my gosh, some really good. I think Stapleton was even on there for a little bit.
I
believe so. Yeah.
Whiskey and You, or I think. Yeah, he's had a couple on there.
Deb has no idea what the hell we're talking about right now.
I haven't picked up on that series yet.
No. And don't forget Ozark. If you watched Ozark before, the new episodes come out, I think, maybe tomorrow, 21st. I don't know. But anyhow, so hey, Jacob Johnson, you're awesome, man. I love the story behind you. I love who you are. I like your demeanor. You're just so calm, so cool, and I can tell you're like, okay, I got a song on the radio. This is cool, but I'm not going to get overly excited. Not yet. I've
always been taught that. Whenever I used to get upset about stuff, that's one thing my dad has always drilled in my head. Don't get too excited, meaning don't get too angry, don't get too happy, or you know what I mean? Just kind of, no matter what's going on, just don't overdo your emotions. So,
don't make a spontaneous decision. Just
right.
Kinda, if you're having a bad day or something's not going right, set the guitar down and walk away for a little bit.
Right.
Don't say, screw this, I'm never going to do this again. No.
I don't think I would ever do that anyway.
I do that every day with radio, but
I've never really been mad at music.
No.
Yeah, because it's never.
I've
been mad at people in music, but never been mad at music. So
I hear you.
my guitar is always, it's never going to do me wrong.
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you tonight here on Skip Happens. Thank you for joining us. We found out a lot about you, and I know our viewers are going to find out a lot about you. And I cannot say this enough. Everybody, please go and check out the single. Get the single. He's doing this on his own, if you know what I mean. Yep. And let's support him. JacobJohnsonMusic.com is the website. It's right there on the screen. And Jacob, just, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Are you going to be in Nashville in February by chance? You know what? It's the country radio seminar.
I have, let's see, I'll tell you exactly.
We may be doing some episodes from Nashville. As a matter of fact, I know we will be the end of February.
I definitely have a show at Crossroads on the 20th of February.
That's a little early.
I don't have, when are you going to be there?
I think we come in for seminar on the 23rd, 22nd.
22nd.
How long are you there for?
Till that Saturday. Then Deb's got me on this 6 a.m. flight out of Nashville on Saturday.
On Saturday. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I can try to book an early gig, but
we'd love to see you and we'd love to say hello. And I didn't know if you'd be making your rounds at the country radio seminar. There's always a lot of programmers, and it's a great place to network and get to know people. And just about anybody that's anybody in the business is there. Now, I don't know how it's going to go this year because of all the COVID stuff, but as far as I know, it's still on, and I'm looking forward to it. So, is
it kind of an open invite thing, or
pretty much?
So I could
they have sessions which you have to register for the to actually attend the seminar. But if you go, it's at the Omni, right in the heart of downtown Nashville. You go and just walk in the lobby. You're going to see anybody that's anybody and hang out, go down to bar lines, have a glass of wine with Deb and I. And, hey, you never know. It's a good place to meet people.
So. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I've got your info. I'll reach out.
Yeah, definitely. And you're not that far from there. So maybe we could,
I make the drive all the time. So.
All right. Deb, were you going to say something? Deb?
We will follow you on the Official Country Music Fan Club fan page, and we will promote your music, and definitely let us know when you have things happening, because we will definitely try to. Will you post on your website your shows when you're in the Nashville area? Because I didn't see anything earlier.
We try to keep it updated. Savannah, they've all been super busy. And Savannah's been doing a lot of driving and stuff because Aaron's doing that tenure. So
yeah.
But once we get back on our call, we do calls on Mondays usually.
Okay.
But I'll have her update that stuff.
Tell them that you love the podcast.
I do. I love the podcast.
And you say hello to Aaron for us as well. And Jacob, we're going to say goodbye. Hang on there, though, because we do want to chat off the air just a little bit. But thank you again for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens. Everybody, check out the single and Small Town Spotlights. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I just almost had a brain fart. So anyways, but check it out and check out the website, JacobJohnsonMusic.com. And thanks for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens. And make sure you give us a like on YouTube too. So Jacob, thanks. Have a great night, my friend.
Thank y'all. You too.
Good night, everyone.